Hey everyone, my name is Twwk and I'm admin of Beneath the Tangles, and I'm here with the incomparable Caitlin Glass, actress and ADR director for Funimation. Hi, Caitlin.
Hi.
All right, just to catch everyone up real quick, Caitlin had agreed to team with us and watch and review an anime. So our staff and followers narrowed a field of choices down, and Caitlin posted a poll on her Twitter to see which anime she should watch, and the winner was
Haikyuu.
Haikyuu, everyone's favorite volleyball boys. So I think this was the one you wanted to win, right?
It kind of was, yeah. Because I'm directing a lot of the time, all the time, multiple shows at a time. Even though I love anime so much, that usually means the last thing I want to do when I get home is watch more anime because that's what I've been doing all day long. And I know that I've missed out on some pretty great shows, especially in the last like half decade or so. And Haikyuu is one that was on my radar. So I'm like, I hope that it wins. I hope that it wins. And it did.
Yeah, I definitely get that. Yeah, Haikyuu is definitely one of the most popular and highest rated anime of the last few years. It's also one of the most popular sports anime probably ever made. Are you a fan of sports anime?
I do. I do. Are you a fan? I do. Yeah, I do like sports anime a lot. I've been fortunate enough to direct a few and be in a couple as well. And I think they're just really fun. As a person in IRL, I am not at all athletic. Like, nope. So not athletic. So the competitive nature of sports and all the athleticism is just like a whole other world to me. So it's so intriguing to see how sports stories play out in anime. So I
Yeah,
like
I think that's true of a lot of us. We get to kind of put ourselves in those roles a little bit, and maybe think of ourselves as athletic for a little bit of time while we're watching.
yeah.
So specifically speaking of IQ, did it kind of fit your expectations of how it would be, or was it kind of different than how you thought?
Um, I had like no clue what I was getting into. So I really like the setup of meeting the main characters in junior high school when you get to see when they meet for the first time. And then because I'd already seen the opening animation, I'm like, well, but they're going to be at the same school together. I wonder what
Right.
that's going to be like. And they're so opposite one another. And it's already just in the first 5 episodes been so much fun to see how they come together. But really, I didn't have any expectations beyond the fact that I knew there would be a lot of great personalities represented in all of the characters, because I think that the best anime have
Mhm.
so many personalities, so that I mean that's what brings a large fandom to the show. There's somebody that everyone can relate to or pick as their favorite, because there's such a wide variety. And I'd say that in just the dozen or so characters that I've met, I'm already seeing that. And as far as how it compares to other sports anime, I mean, I'm in Free, the swimming show, and also directed the third season and all of the movies. I'd say that it's right up there as far as like the how great the animation is, and I can tell that there will be good development for all of the characters, and again, the variety of personality is there. Uh, so yeah, it's top notch so far.
That's great. I mean, Free's a really good comparison because there is awesome animation just like Haikyuu, but you're right, it's those characters, right, that really get you, that you fall in love with. And so, speaking of the characters, I mean, we're only 5 episodes in, but is there one or two that you really like so far?
I really like Tanaka because I
Oh,
like loud, ridiculous characters a lot.
just being around his
His
shirt.
shirt swinging, it's so much fun. He's great. And then I have an affinity for different characters for different reasons. Hinata with his little red hair, you go boy. Like I get it. I get it. You have a lot of struggles. A, he's a redhead. B, he's short. C, he's never had a team to play with before. So he's like the underdog to root for. And I think regardless of what we all do in our lives and what we are pursuing, we've all felt like the underdog. So we can all root for him. And man, Kageyama is such a jerk.
Yeah.
Uh, but I'm really glad that by episodes 4 and 5, you get a glimpse at what happened to him and like what his new uh, struggle is going to be. And it's a good one. It's a really good one.
Yeah,
Um,
rewatching the series, it's been interesting to me to kind of see that those first few episodes really seem to be mostly about Kageyama and him
mm,
learning to not be the king, right?
yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's that I think that's, I hope I'm not so arrogant as Kageyama was, but it's still relatable, to be able to understand I've got to change. I can't continue to be who I am.
Yeah, and I think we all understand that we need an ounce or more of humility in our lives, but even like having that knowledge and then actually being humble are
Yes.
two very different things, especially when, I mean, I think I can speak to this well because I work in the arts. Like
Mm,
as an actor and as a director, it is very important to have a knowledge of your talent and your skill and take pride in it and be able to promote yourself because I am this good
mhm.
at least, and so I get it. Like he is talented, he can do things that other players cannot. He knows it, they know it, but at what point does that knowledge hold you back instead of push you forward, when you're just trying to well, I don't know. I feel like he knew, like junior high Kageyama knew that he had this ability and he wanted to win, but personally he wanted to win. But a volleyball is a team sport, so he knows that he needs his whole team, and I think in his heart he was trying to lift them up to his level, but they just didn't see it that way.
Mhm.
So he's got to find another tactic, and if you can't humble yourself, somebody's going to humble you instead. And like that's what his coach did, put him on the bench.
Mhm.
And it's like, oh Lord, I never want that to be me in my life.
That's really interesting because it's that point of being humbled, and then he goes to Karasuno, where he's an awkward guy, right? He's Kageyama's this good-looking guy. He's got all this talent, but he's really an awkward dude,
Mhm.
And I feel like he may have the team now, right, to kind of help him do what he wants to do. Like you're saying, he kind of recognizes that he needs to change, but how does he get there? And I think on his own, he's already shown that he can't get to where he needs to be. So, that team may be what puts him forward. And already in such a short time, he's changed so much. So that's
Yeah.
exciting to see. I'm excited about that.
I mean, especially at the end of episode 5 when he goes up to I'm still trying to remember everybody's names. It's Suo Senpai, the
Yeah.
setter, and says that he wants to earn his place. And it's like really, I loved that part. It was so hard for him to say it, but he still said it.
Hmm.
Um, I'm like, oh, good for you. He's already taken steps.
Yeah, that's such a great scene. And the other one I really liked was when they're having that, I guess, a volley back and forth, him and Hinata for 15 minutes. And then he finally, it clicks in his mind, oh, Hinata, you're essential to winning. And then he sets him up for the spike.
Oh, I
That was
know.
a great moment.
Oh, that's a beautiful. I want to go back and watch that one in that episode where they're just practicing with each other like all day and all night, and you're going, I don't think they're making any progress. But I think that's how it is in life sometimes. You may not see the progress you're making, or you may not see how the work that you're doing um, is actually making you stronger. But then all of a sudden, like it's going to come together. Yeah.
How true, how true. And I hope you're still interested in continuing on with the series.
Yeah, absolutely. I got to know what happens next. They're on their way to their first practice match. I'm so excited for them.
It'll be interesting. I mean, what's really cool is how you get to, of course, know all the characters on the team. The team
Mhm.
is not full yet. There's other people to come. Suki, the tall blonde guy, is probably
Mhm.
my favorite character right now, which says something
Right.
seen as how he is in these early episodes.
So mean.
Yeah, and then you get to know the other teams too, just like kind of like in Free, where you get to know some of the other
Yeah,
team characters, and they kind of fill out the series, and it's just so much more people to love. So it'll be a lot of fun.
great.
Do you have
I
any closing thoughts on the first few episodes here?
Um, Another part that really touched me is when they're having the little 3-on-3 match,
Hmm.
so that Hinata and Kageyama get to join the team. The moment where they realize how like the quick attack thing is going to work, and the
Hmm.
moment Kageyama figures out how to adapt his skills to
Hmm.
suit what Hinata does,
Hmm.
and everybody's freaking out about how he just jumps with his eyes closed,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's this huge leap of faith to believe
Mhm.
that when you step out to do something. The person who says, the person or the someone or the Lord who tells you they'll be there to meet you there. That's so, that's, oh, I man, that resonated with me big time. But, you know, he could not spike the ball if he didn't jump. You can't,
Yeah.
you can't score if you don't move. And you have to believe that your teammates are going to be there for you when they say they are. That was a really beautiful, beautiful moment.
What a great analogy for life, you know,
Yeah.
to take that step of faith, like you said, in trusting people or in trusting God, or, you know, and just sometimes just doing something out of your comfort zone, right? And
Yeah.
just taking that step, because it's hard for us to grow otherwise. You know, we just kind of stay where we are unless we take those challenges that are super scary. Maybe not in Hinata's case, he just does it. But, you know, they
Just
couldn't have had
maybe
the
not.
result without it. So,
Right.
well, I'm glad you
Yeah.
enjoyed it. It really feels like a series that's kind of right up your alley, and I think everyone's going to enjoy seeing you continue to watch it and see what your thoughts are.
Yes, I look forward to it. I want to maybe for next time we can reach out to some fans
Mm.
and find out what they want to know from
Hmm.
me. Like let them know, Caitlin watched these episodes.
Mm.
What do you anything they want to throw at me about it? That might be fun. But I look forward to getting to know the characters better, figuring out like who my favorite one is. It's probably going to change all the time. But
Tanaka's pretty great, so you may stay with him. But yeah, no,
yay.
absolutely. And you know, please, for those of us who are watching through Beneath the Tangles, please follow Caitlin at, I don't know where you're going to be, up or down, but follow Caitlin at Caitlin's Voice on Twitter. Follow me at the Tangles on Twitter, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'd love to hear from you all and continue to put out this content. And thank you so much for doing this for us, Caitlin.
It's my pleasure. Wow.
Bye, everyone.
Bye guys.